Professor, most Indians hear end-to-end encryption and they assume WhatsApp is completely private. Your privacy is absolutely intact. In simple terms, what exactly is protected and what is not protected? Encryption does not mean privacy now, doesn't it?
Yeah, they talk about encryption, but you need to understand that data is power and not a freebie, right? Now, this meta actually, the data, they can reveal the behavior, the political inclinations, and the economic vulnerability to it. So the messages are private, but the metadata, they are predative, and prediction is power. So now they will, even the big tech or the industry, they will come and argue that to the government. They will even say that service is a free agreement. What is claiming no fee and that free service does not mean free to the personal life, because free is not free is not free when the currency is your privacy, right? It cannot be appreciated no matter whatever justification they give. As people also 21 is indeed very important. And when you talk about the global, if you see global practice argument also, if you see globally, the policies do exist. That is what Meta is also saying. But now policy do exist, but we have to safeguard them. That is very important. And that is what our country India is demanding. And now, if you see the other countries, when you have a quick comparison with other countries, be it the European Union, be it the Germany, or be it the Australia, again, everywhere when they make a comparison, they need to understand that India is not an outliner. It is
Yep.
just aligning with the global domestic democratic standards,
It's the
but
biggest market.
not at the cost of its privacy of its users.
It's the biggest.
Right.
It's the biggest market. Yeah.
Again, yeah, and you see, we need to be very clear, and we have to have a balanced approach. Is what I see. India technology. India welcomes global platforms, and we welcome innovation. But India will not outsource citizen rights to corporate terms and conditions.
All
That
right.
is what the Supreme Court is actually asking us, I would say. Because do business in India, they can do business in India, but do it constitutional limit, which is very mandatory. India is absolutely a wonderful market, no doubt about it. But therefore, you need to remember that it is also
Yeah,
a
and you need to
republic.
respect
This
that
is
market as
what
well. Professor, messages may be encrypted, but behavior, contacts, timing, Mr. Dubey was talking about political inclinations and the likes, your religious information, usage patterns, they still have massive commercial value, and maybe that's being siphoned off. Is encryption alone a sufficient defense if your user behavior is being monetized?
As my previous speaker spoke, and as you even said, I strongly believe that in India, the constitution is the ultimate privacy policy, no doubt about it. That is, believe Article 21, which talks about right to life and privacy. Article 14, where there is equality and there should be no coercive content. But what we are seeing today is a kind of coercion rather than a kind of consent, right? And again, the abuse of dominance is very clearly stated in Competition Act of 2002. And again, in 2023, we had the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. And all these are with the purpose of limitation, data minimization, and informed consent. So when we have all these, we need to really abide by that. As I mentioned previously, also see, even the global platforms, they do have all this. Meta can compare India with them. But we need to understand India is not an outliner. It is aligning with global democratic standards, but not at the cost of selling its own privacy, which is very, very important. So at the end of the day, as again, once again, I would love to say that let any company come, let anybody do business with our country, India, but you have to make sure that we do it within the constitutional limit, because we are therefore a republic.
And like the top court said, with the right kind of respect that this huge marketplace should get. US lawsuits that Mr. Dubey and Mr. Duggal and I, we were discussing just a short while back. The EU fines, and now finally India. The pressure on Meta is converging worldwide.